Morning, mate. Yosh, this is a heavy bag. Again, got to rinse my feet before I go inside the boat. Bucket of rainwater from the other day. Here we go. Right, in we go. Shit, that was loud. Whew. Okay, so the project today, or this morning, is to clean this lot here up. Now this lot here I don't normally keep it like this, but because we had a lot of rain, I just had to put everything inside and not stress about cleaning it up too much. True, I'm not a messy worker, really, I'm not. So yeah, I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to got to do some work over here. So today I'll be filling up all this sort of stuff here, putting some coving and bogging it up type of thing. Put the lid on for this here drawer, which is good, and then yeah, putting a screw over here to level it all up, but we'll go over that later on, I guess. But in the meantime, I had better and thanks for saying those nice things you said about us yesterday on the about Hiromi. We feel the same about you guys. Yeah, it's good. Lucky to have you as a mate. We'll just get you through this little bit of a hiccup at the moment, and then you'll be back to normal, eh? Right, so if I position this camera right, I can do a bit of fucking digital magic. I probably get some in there, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so what all the whizzes on YouTube do is they snap their fingers. Yeah, okay, so my hands are crap and I can't snap anything, so I'll just clap like that. No, okay, do this way. Oh shit. Righto, that's better. So, like magic, eh? Bloody brilliant. So, well, anyway, you see where the kitchen is here now. So, this is the new, what am I saying? What was it like before? Well, it was a bit of a disaster before. It used to be the lounge up here, or the, what do they call it? A saloon? Something like that. Nautical terms, we'll call it a lounge. So they just had chairs around here when we first bought the place. First bought Tiare. After that, we just never used. It's hot and humid, and you can't lie around in here. It's just too hot for it, really. So, and Hiromi was cooking downstairs where the galley was, but it was, you know, we've got kids in that. We want to be up here and we want to see the views and things. So I ripped all that out, and I just put in a really basic kitchen top. Butchered the old refrigerator from downstairs, brought that up, put it in there, took all the guts out of the refrigerator and stuck it into an ice box, basically, which worked fine, but it finally died on us a couple of years ago, and we've not been fridge free since then, which is a bit of a hassle. But anyway, the electrics were always there. I'm redoing the whole electrics. It's all going lithium ion, just update everything to my standards, which is actually pretty good standards, to be honest. I do know what I'm doing when it comes to electrics. So I'm doing all that. It's still keeping it dead simple. Simple is best on anything that floats on the water. Keeping it simple is key. So yeah, so this is, I'll show you. If you bring it over here, we'll have a look, see. Oops, here we go. Right, so he said, come on, wake up. No, I can't see what I'm taping. Never mind. So yeah, probably is. So this is the kitchen here. It's kind of an unusual layout. I wanted lots of counter space, which is what I've got. So the sink will go here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the sink yet. Whether it's underhung, maybe, but on the top's alright, or whether I build something out of wood. Hiromi's not too keen on that, but I am. It's kind of a nice cheap way of doing it. However, getting 316L stainless is not always easy, and it does get quite expensive. So big countertop here, all the way over here. Here we are. Little waste hole here. Put things down here. This will be a slidey outy drawer. Yeah, cupboard. So it's just one of those you can just slide out and access all your spices and that sort of stuff. Starts about here. Below there we can put the rice cooker and things there. What else? Oh, that's right. Lots of lights. So yeah, big LED strip down there. Piece of wood on the top so you don't get a glare. This is what I've been working on. All this was stripped out. It was just an aluminium frame. Yeah, so where's the aluminium? Yeah. So it was all aluminium all around here. I just stripped everything out. Because the boat was built in Indonesia, which is hot and humid, the wood they used was stable in a hot and humid. Put this down. So the wood they used in Indonesia was stable in a hot and humid sort of climate, and it's the same when we travelled around the Philippines and Malaysia, Thailand. It was fine. We come up to Japan, and even though it's hot and humid now, it's stinking hot at the moment and really humid. During winter times it gets really cold and really dry, and the wood started to crack a bit, so I thought, right, tell that. So I've replaced all the wood, redone it all. It's all been coated. Anything on a boat needs to be coated in epoxy, basically. It needs to be sealed, so all a square of wood has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 6 sides, so everything gets sealed up, which stops any problems with moisture ingress or whatever. So it's all been done. It's all been epoxy glued and screwed back into places, back all onto the aluminium frames, and this has all just had a couple of coats of the epoxy primer. I'm still deciding what I want to do with my final coat. I don't want anything glossy, but you don't get a lot of choice when it comes to high wear paints, I guess. So even slightly matte would be nice. I quite like this matte white is quite nice, but it's an epoxy and it will just yellow over time. Can't use it for a finish coat. Yeah, so here we go. So that's my kitchen area here, the sink. My battery boxes are down here. Yeah, here we go, full of no batteries yet, nothing on the boat yet. And there's another big box under there. Everything goes through here, so the battery cable runs are kept really short. I've replaced all my cables. I've been carrying around, I don't know, so much cable that I've picked up over the years. It's just maybe 50, 60 kg of cable I've just taken out, and I'm putting in about 20 kg. Just the way they were doing things wasn't the most efficient way of using cabling. The motors were all wired up and all to come back to the battery banks under here, and it was all just a big mess. I've got rid of any connection between the motors and my house bank, so I'm no longer using my motors to charge the batteries. Normally on a boat you would have some decent high output alternators on each motor, or on a motor, which would then you can run the motors to charge up your batteries. I have small motors. They're only 24 horsepower Kubotas, 3 cylinders. Really good motor, but they can't take a big load for well, I don't have the space. I also don't have the money to put high output alternators on there. The cost to put high alternator outputs on there, and the associated electronics, because I've got 2 motors and all, they've got to balance up and all that sort of shit, was the same price as buying all my lithium batteries. So I went for the battery option. Increased battery option, and I will put a lot of solar panels on the roof. Now yesterday I was showing you that I had all these solar panels up on the office, and behind me there, they're 250 watts for that type of for that sort of size, and they're cheap, but I don't have real estate on the boat. I'm very limited on the type of real estate I've got on the boat. Let's go for a walk, eh? I'll show you. Actually, a video, I can show you things. Oh, he said, righto. So I can't put a thing on here because I stand on here to do the sales. I can put up on here. It messes. We've got hawks. Hawks in this area are like seagulls. They're just everywhere and are all quite pain. So I've got enough room up here on both sides of there, and have enough room to walk down the middle to put some solar panels up here. But because I am limited to space, and I do want somewhere close to 2,000 to 1,800 watts of solar, it means I have to go for more expensive high efficiency panels. So yeah, I haven't bought those yet because I knew it would be a while before I got around to buying them or could afford them, and efficiency just keeps going up, or at least efficiency stays the same but the price drops. So I've got room basically on that part of the roof, and replace those old panels there. There we go. Replace these old panels here with around about 2,000 watts of solar, which is enough to get me going and fully charge my batteries up in probably about 2 days, 2 and a bit days. So I think I've got, what was it? Oh, bloody hell, I forgot the calculations. Anyway, I've got 1200 amp hours at 13 volts, whatever that is in kilowatts. So yeah, I've got, by the time I put the solar up there, I'll have enough battery power to run the entire boat for several days with no sun. If I need to get some more power in for some reason, I can either start my Jenny up, which is just a Yamaha contractor's Jenny, which is fine, puts out a continuous 20 amps at 100 volts, so that'll put me out plenty of amps at 13 volts to charge things up, or I can just go into Marina and plug in for a few hours and charge things up. So there we go, so that's the kitchen. That's the kitchen over there. The main electrical panel will be down there, battery box there, a couple of drawers under there, and under there at some stage in the future I might put a freshwater bladder down there so I can pump directly from the bladder up into the up to the sink. At the moment it'll either be just some containers on the counter while we sort that out, or it will be pumped up from the big water tanks we've got down below, so I kind of want to take those out. What else? What else is here? Yes, lights. We've got lots of lights everywhere. Oh, I'm sitting on the fridge. Yeah, I'm sitting on the fridge, mate. So this is a fridge. Yeah, it's not really a fridge yet. It's a box where the fridge is going to fit into. The I think you can see the faint lines here, maybe. Those are my hatch lids to access the fridge freezer thing. Now I'm using there's a fucking weird shit happening there. I'm using Engel, which are Sour Fuji compressors. I don't want to use them. I'd rather get there's a really good fridge maker in South Africa, but I can't import them, even though they give me such a good price direct from South Africa. I can't import them because of the electrical requirements, and he can only export to you can't export to a private address. You can only export by a company. All the companies I've contacted say we're not going to take the risk because it has to come with certain certificates and a plug or a dongle that will reach Japan's specifications, and that's just not going to happen. So I'm stuck with looking at other options, and the only other option I have other than these two other than these Engels, is just going for a cheapie. But the amount of effort it takes to cut these lids up, insulate the whole box, as well as mount everything else, I really don't want to go down that for a cheapie type of fridge. So I'll probably just wait a while, and yeah, when we get some money, maybe in a year or two, I can afford to put some decent fridge units in here. So, but anyway, that's the fridge. That there is my navigation piece. It means I can, let's just adjust this a wee bit, there we go, yeah, like that. Which means I can sit down in here, let's get cut out, and I've got all my, what are these things called? Navigation instruments. Jeez, my English is bad. Christ, you were asking me the other day if my Japanese was any good. No, it's not. My English has got worse as well. So this is, yeah, navigation, all the where I control the electronics and can make sure that I've got solar charger and outputs are all good, everything else, and nav bits. To be honest, it's going to be used for watching the internet, I'd imagine, most of the time. But that's okay. So yeah, there we go. So I said earlier I was going to do this today. I'm not. I'm going to head off back to the office now. It took a while to clean this up. No, it didn't. It took an instant, didn't it? You saw that. So yeah, so tomorrow I've got the whole day on the boat tomorrow, and I'm just going to cove everything up, get it all ready, and it'll take a couple of days to dry in this humidity. High humidity just takes, the epoxy we're using just takes a long time to dry. So I'll come back the next day after that and just start sanding everything up and putting a coat of primer on. Yeah, what else? What else might you want to know about? Yeah, everything just gets run back down to there. The batteries are lithium ion. I built these up myself. They're not an off-the-shelf option. Batteries I got direct from a company in China. They are a really good company. They are, yeah, they do a really good job with their batteries and how they produce them and their warranties. The batteries came in. I went down and picked them up off the port. So that was just a whole lot of stuff, but just doing it yourself, you can save a lot of money. The BMS, the battery management systems, and the battery management unit, they are from an Australian company, Australian guy over in Western Australia. I think it's Margaret River. yeah, somewhere down there. Here's a really good stuff as well, and then the other control stuff, the charging and like the inverter, the isolation transformer, and the brains behind it all to maximize solar coming in and make sure I'm monitoring it all. That's all Victron, and I really like Victron. I know there are other companies around, but Victron in my mind wins top down. It might be slightly more pricey, I don't know. I just went and bought it. I got a good price off in America. He shipped them over. He gave me basically trade price, so I'm pretty thrilled with that. And the reason why I'm using Victron is because it's what I've used commercially in fishing boats and offshore vessels. It's just reliable. They've got a really good help system. A few years ago I had an issue and I actually phoned up the engineers at Victron, and they just talked me through solving the problems that my customer or my client was having. So Victron it is. It's also a very pretty blue, which is very important. Hey. So anyway, this is probably me a lot of gassing on, not showing you a lot. Let's go yeah. Anyway, oh, that's the other thing I was going to show you. Yeah, before I forget. These windows and joinery, let's try again. These windows and joineries which are here, these are all before I forget, Tiara was built in the military yards in Surabaya in Indonesia. For whatever reason, it's how it happened. So she was built using with military ships, with the experience they had there. And so all these hatches were all dogged, like these sort of amazing things up here. They're all dogged, they're all way overkill, functional but not very pretty. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to make an access from here to here. The way Warrams are designed with their beams, you have to have these beams across, so, but it had a window up to here, which means you couldn't really, well, I found it difficult to crawl through. The kids were fine, well, to step through. So what I did, I wasn't sure how I was going to do any of this actually, so I just started pulling it apart. And what I found was that it's bloody simply done, these things here, I just cut this bit here, there's this bit here, cut that bit there, took this piece of wood out, and so what I'll end up doing is I'll just end up putting this, Jesus Christ, Dan, get your camera angles right. Okay, I'll just put that down there, put it in there. I just can put some more wood trim around here, which is simple enough to do. Replace the glass window up there. That's that glass window up there. I'll replace that with some polycarbonate, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, I've got a new window, and I can do it myself. Isn't that cool? I didn't think I'd be able to do that. I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with this problem, but I've dealt with it. I will deal with it. Yeah, so pretty pleased. Yeah, I am pleased. Anyway, so now I've got access through to the main cockpit now, instead of having to get out and walk around the place. Anyway, I've no idea how this is going to turn out. Normally in my videos, I'm planning ahead, taking the shots, and then trying to edit it all out and that sort of stuff. And for every minute online that you watch, you spend about an hour on editing, and it's just not me, that's just a general rule. But these videos are kind of cool because I'm just rambling, I'm just pointing, and there's almost no editing. I'm pretty happy with just taking a shot and doing it. I don't give a shit, which is really nice. Yeah, it means I can put some content out here and not have to spend forever trying to put it together. So these videos take about half an hour by the time I download them, put them into a format, or stitch them together and upload it. Yeah, last night was a pain. I think yeah, it was a pain because I bloody well put a bit of music on that kayaking bit, on that sped up kayaking, that time lapse, and bloody well YouTube went and flagged it as a copyright issue, so I had to yeah, it took a bit longer to go and find a piece of non-copyright music. So that's why I ended up with that crap piece of music. It's a YouTube, you can do what you like with it type of thing. So anyway, so learned a lesson. I will deal with that other ways. Next one, not that I might have any, who knows, we shall see. Right, so that's me waffling on, God forever. I hope you're able to sleep. We'll get the rest. I kind of know what you felt like when you said you're just restless and you're just finding it hard to sleep. In terms of it's not very pleasant at all. I felt that way with my hands. I could only get a few hours sleep a night just because the carpal tunnel. All these little scars here I've got, they fix the problem. But yeah, I wasn't getting any sleep for a couple of years, and you know, I'll lie down, I'd be so exhausted, but my legs would still be wide awake, saying, look, you can't go to sleep yet, you haven't done anything, you haven't had any time to sleep. So yeah, doesn't make sense what I said anyway. But yeah, I'd go to bed tired, but my body's saying, no, keep going, mate. And then a few hours later I'd be waking up because my arms are on fire, and I'd have to walk around, and yeah, anyway, it's an unpleasant feeling. So get your sleep while you can, when you can, doesn't matter, get as many naps as you can, get those old grandpa naps going. I do grandpa naps. I like my 20-minute sleep in the afternoon, gets me going for the rest of the day, so I can, yeah, so it's good. Anyway, enough burbling. Catch you later, have a really good day, and yeah, I hope the weather's not, I hope you're nice and warm in your house. Alright, catch you later. GoPros, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.